Every single day, someone dies because of a DWI in Harris County. And I will do everything in my power to protect my city. And if that means putting you in custody, so be it. I don't care if Jesus comes down and tells you he needs to ride to church. You get into a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You're asking me to take stuff up. He don't even have anything on. And now you have a DWI crashing and burning before our eyes. And what I don't want you to do is leave a wake of destruction in your path.
Today we've got a bunch of people in court, all charged with the exact same thing. Honestly, it feels like the same excuse on repeat. One after another, they walk up saying, "I wasn't that drunk." But the judge isn't buying any of it. He's tired, he's done, and he doesn't want to hear the same story again and again. He's moving through these cases fast and giving out real consequences because every one of these people made a dangerous choice. You can feel the stress in the room because each person is hoping their excuse sounds different, but it doesn't. This judge knows how serious these cases are, and he stops the nonsense before it begins. So the real question is, will any of them finally take responsibility, or are we just watching the same mistake over and over again? Let's get into it.
Probable cause, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On October 23rd, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a major one-car vehicle accident in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with a witness who observed the motor vehicle had left the scene but was still blocking a moving lane of traffic and had struck a school zone signpost. The officer also observed the defendant's motor vehicle had crashed in the direction moving against the flow of traffic, and the witness identified the defendant as the driver. EMS saw the defendant in the driver's seat of the crashed vehicle with her feet sticking out and the engine still running. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteady balance on the defendant's person, along with a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and general disorientation and slow responses. When asked about the accident, the defendant stated she may have fallen asleep but did not remember the crash occurring. The defendant admitted to drinking and consuming Adderall, and she said that she was the sole occupant and operator of the motor vehicle. The officers recovered 2 open alcoholic beverage containers from the passenger side floorboard.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Your Honor. And 4 unopened containers. Standard field sobriety tests were performed, HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, and 1 leg stand 3 out of 4. A blood warrant was drafted and executed.
And Judge, on the first DWI, the lab results came back as 0.286.
0.026.
0.206? Because there's a big difference. Is it 0.26?
Yes, 0.286. Yes, Judge. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a very high blood test. Can you run an NCIC? I'd like to know what other kind of criminal history she has, number one. Number two, did we have her sign a no driving affidavit on the first one? Because if she did, I'm going to have a contempt hearing.
I don't see a no driving affidavit on the file, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, her driver's license wasn't eligible though on the second DWI.
Probably because of the first and the ALR. Mr. Treadwell, I want you to be perfectly clear about something. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the citizens of Harris County. Every single day, someone dies because of a DWI in Harris County. And I will do everything in my power to protect my city. And if that means putting you in custody because you repeatedly flaunt our bond conditions, so be it. Now, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm taking you in. And now, if you do get out, you will have a strict curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I'm forbidding you from going within a car at all. You will now be signing an affidavit, and if I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, I don't care if Jesus comes down and tells you he needs to ride to church, you get into a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. Every time you get into a car, it's up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. On one ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. On your other ankle, you're going to get a scram device, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. As it stands now, I'm revoking your bonds and I'm putting them both at $25,000. Do you understand? She goes with you.
Her blood alcohol level was 0.26. That's not I had a few drinks. That's I tried to drink like a fish. It's incredible that someone can get that drunk and still think picking up car keys is a good idea. And even worse, she kept drinking while she was driving, like the car was a bar on wheels. Someone who does that shouldn't be anywhere near a steering wheel. Driving is a privilege, not a right, and she proved she can't handle it. A lifetime suspension sounds harsh, but honestly, with what she did, it doesn't sound crazy. She's lucky she only hit a school zone sign and not a kid. If she had hurt someone, she'd be facing life in prison instead of a bond hearing. The judge knows how bad these cases can get, so he immediately took away both of her bonds. He has zero sympathy for people who risk everyone's safety for no reason. People like her only learn when they hit rock bottom, and sometimes not even then. All we can hope is that this scares her enough to change. But really, only time will tell. Moments like this make you wonder, should judges give harsher punishments for first-time DWIs before something terrible happens?